Hi, I'm Rick Sunshine reporting live from the Union of Nations General Assembly Hall. It's a historic day. The nations of the world are expected to adopt a new universal monetary system that will usher in a new era of fairness and stability in global and national trade. We are waiting for Secretary-General Kofi Guterres to address the attendees, which includes heads of states, finance ministers, central bank governors, renowned economists, and the star of the show, the architect of the new monetary system, Professor V, who is also expected to deliver a speech. Thousands of journalists are here. Millions are watching us live on ST International and billions are watching this event on other channels from all over the world. Here he comes. I can see him entering the hall. Let's listen to Union of Nations Secretary-General Kofi Guterres.
Distinguished delegates, honored guests, and citizens of the world watching from every continent. Today marks an unprecedented moment in human history. For centuries, our global economic system has been shaped by competition, imbalance, and fragility. We have endured cycles of crisis, inequality, and instability. But today, we gather not to lament the past, but to consider a future built on stability, fairness, and shared prosperity. 12 of the world's leading economists, representing every major school of thought, have independently examined and ultimately endorsed the system of value, or SOV. Their convergence is historic. We are not only here to vote. We are here to understand, to question, and perhaps to begin a transformation that future generations may one day call the turning point of civilization. It is my honor to welcome the architect of the SOV framework, Professor V.
Excellencies, colleagues, and citizens of the world, thank you for your presence and support. The foundation of a fair economic and monetary system must align with the hopes and aspirations of the people, all the people on our planet. The SOV system is not a theory. It is a recognition of something simple and profound. Money must reflect reality. For too long, our currencies have drifted away from the physical world. From the food we grow, the energy we produce, the materials we extract, and the labor we contribute. This disconnect has created instability, inequality, and cycles of crisis that no nation, no matter how powerful, has been able to escape. SOV reconnects money to value. It creates currency only when real, original, fundamental value is produced. It removes currency only when value is consumed. It stabilizes itself through a multi-year global reservoir of essential goods. It eliminates debt-driven collapses, speculative bubbles, and currency manipulation. It levels the playing field between nations. It aligns economic activity with ecological limits. And it does all this without replacing markets, governments, or sovereignty. SOV is not a new ideology. It is a new foundation. A foundation where every nation, every worker, every producer, and every citizen stands on equal ground. Today, you will hear from the economists who challenged me fiercely, brilliantly, and who ultimately concluded that SOV is not merely an improvement, but a necessity. Then, the floor will open to you, the nations of the world. This is your system, your future, your decision. Thank you.
I now open the floor to all 12 distinguished economists who debated Professor V and came today to give their brief testimony.
I'm Dr. Lane. I represent Keynesian economics, and I am here to say that SOV eliminates the recessions Keynes tried to fix. It stabilizes demand at the root.
I'm Dr. Weiss. I represent Austrian economics, and I am here to say that SOV is the purest rule-based monetary system ever proposed. It ends the boom-bust cycle.
I'm Dr. Carter. I represent neoclassical economics, and I am here to say that SOV restores true market efficiency by removing monetary distortions.
I'm Dr. Rivera. I represent Marxian economics, and I'm here to say that SOV dismantles the structural tools of exploitation, inflation, debt, and currency manipulation.
I'm Dr. Amina. I represent Global South Economics, and I'm here to say that SOV ends unequal exchange and gives developing nations real economic sovereignty.
I'm Dr. Silva. I represent ecological economics, and I am here to say that SOV embeds planetary boundaries directly into the monetary system.
I'm Dr. Chen. I represent Chicago School Economics, and I am here to say SOV is Friedman's dream, a monetary rule that cannot be violated.
I'm Dr. Blake. I represent technocratic economics, and I'm here to say that SOV provides the stable foundation technocratic governance has always needed.
I'm Dr. Diaz. I represent modern monetary theory economics, and I am here to say that SOV grounds public purpose in real resources, not financial illusion.
I'm Dr. Jackson. I represent behavioral economics, and I'm here to say that SOV is designed for real humans, with real biases, and prevents those biases from destabilizing the system.
I'm Dr. Morgan. I represent post-Keynesian economics, and I am here to say that SOV eliminates financial fragility by eliminating debt-based money creation.
I'm Dr. Cook. I represent institutional economics, and I am here to say that SOV removes the institutional failure points that distort economies.
I now invite the delegates from the various nations to direct their questions and concerns to Professor V. Thank you.
Professor V, I represent a major industrial nation. Our concern is transition. How do we convert existing financial assets into SOV without destabilizing our domestic markets?
Through phased conversion, backed by the reservoir, no sudden shocks, no forced liquidation.
Professor V, I represent a small island nation. We face climate threats. How does SOV protect vulnerable nations?
SOV's reservoir ensures food and energy security during crises. No nation is left behind.
Professor V, I represent a resource-rich nation. Our commodities are undervalued globally. Does SOV change that?
Yes. Under SOV, primary production is a foundation of currency. Your value becomes global value.
Professor V, I represent a highly financialized nation. Our economy relies heavily on financial services. What happens to that sector?
It continues, but grounded in real savings, not leverage. Finance becomes productive, not speculative.
Professor V, I represent a conflict-affected nation. We fear political capture of the global institution.
The institution has no discretionary power. It cannot be captured because it cannot act beyond measurement.
Professor V, I represent a major emerging economy. How does SOV support industrialization?
By providing stable currency, fair trade, and access to real savings, not debt.
Professor V, I represent a social welfare nation. What about social welfare systems?
SOV strengthens them by eliminating inflation and stabilizing long-term planning. Nations of the world. SOV does not replace your systems. It strengthens them. It does not dictate policy. It clarifies reality. It does not remove sovereignty. It protects it. The question before you is not whether SOV is perfect. The question is whether the world can continue on its current path. Today, you have heard from every major school of thought. They all acknowledge the truth and clarity that SOV brings to the economy and money, which is the driver of that economy. Let us put selfish politics behind us. With goodwill and persistent efforts, we can achieve what may have seemed impossible yesterday possible today. Building a fair world, a peaceful world, a prosperous world is possible, but only if we build our economic foundations on truth rather than illusion. SOV provides the blueprint. The rest is up to us. I plead with you before you cast your vote on whether to adopt the SOV or not. Ask yourself, in which world do you want your grandchildren to live in? In a world where money is honest, trade is fair, and the economy is stable, built on a solid rock foundation, or to continue living in a world where money is disconnected from real value, trade is unfair and distorted by money that does not really exist except as an illusion of value, and the economy is unstable like a skyscraper built on sand by the beach with waves constantly slamming into it, shaking it, and its occupants always worried when will this structure succumb to a large wave that will destroy it. Let your conscience and the truth guide your decision. Thank you.
Hello again. I'm Rick Sunshine with ST International. I'm a real journalist. I actually study journalism. In my decades-long career, I have worked for 6-7 news networks. I have interviewed 9, 10, 11 presidents. I don't know. I can't keep track anymore. But today I have been reporting to you live from the Union of Nations General Assembly Hall. Here's one thing I think you should know about today. It has been historic in every sense. I could see and feel the excitement everywhere. You know me. I like to engage in honest, one-on-one conversations with everyone I meet and listen to their opinions, and by golly, I had the chance to do that today. I say let's do this again. You say what?